Right, I'm quite pissed off now. I just completed that video and accidentally pressed Google and it disappeared. So I'll try again for, hopefully this one will work. I'm going to try and make 2 videos tonight, but at the rate I'm going at, it might not work. My first topic is future families, which is quite relevant in my house because it has been discussed quite a lot. Just because me and my sister are both getting to that sort of age where families and things like that should be happening in the next few years, weddings, all that rubbish. We'll start with when you go to the gender clinic and you're first talking about testosterone and transitioning, and you're about to actually start the testosterone, you're asked about plans for families, because once you start testosterone you become infertile, and they hope that within 5 years, I think it is, within starting testosterone, that you have a hysterectomy, something to do with increases your risk of cancer or something like that. I should have really read the leaflet, but I didn't. And the first option you're given is egg donation. That's before you start testosterone. That's where you've got to take female injections and other female related injections to increase your ovulation and your egg count, so that the procedure is quite invasive for actually extracting the eggs, which it means it's not an option for myself because it's my lower dysphoria that's at its worst. Sorry, I'm watching Bruce Almighty at the same time. Yeah, it's not an option for me because my lower dysphoria is the worst dysphoria I have. And it's quite costly as well. I don't think the procedure itself costs money, but it's the storage that does, and I think that's up into the £1,000 a year for storage. I'm going down the more sperm donation route. I have a family member who is willing to be a donor for me if he is capable. Obviously he's got to go and get checked out when the time comes, and it'll be discussed more formally then, but in principle he has agreed, which is good for me and good for you guys if you can get somebody that's family as well to do that, because you'll have a child that's biologically related to you, so if any problems arise in the future, it helps. Don't want to really go into things there, if you understand what I'm trying to say, operations, blood, that sort of thing. If not, you can get anonymous sperm donation through, I think you have to go through your GP and all this stuff, or friends, whatever's comfortable for you. You've got IVF. I'm not entirely sure of the process of IVF, but I do know that it involves injections, tablets, coming off testosterone. I think that's also dependent on who's going to be carrying the child. If it's yourself, if you choose to carry the child, then you will have to come off testosterone, you will have to go on female injections, you will have to go on all these other things. I think there's sprays, there's pills, there's injections, loads and loads of stuff, and it's a long process. I know a couple of people that have went through it themselves, but obviously you get a child out of the end of it, which is the main goal. Another thing I find quite interesting is adoption and fostering. In the UK it's quite difficult just now. It's long, it's not cheap, it's very, very expensive, and it's very time consuming. A lot of people actually now for adoption are starting off as foster carers and then adopting through fostering because it's quicker. But I have heard, and I can't remember where I've read it or seen it, it was news or the internet or something, that they're going to be making the process in the UK better in order to help these children. Sorry, there's something coming up the stairs. Help these children get into homes, because basically all the orphanages and children's homes and everything are overflowing, and they're trying to compete with the likes of abroad adoptions. I'm sure you've all heard of people going to China, going to Africa, because it's quicker, it's it's quicker and it's cheaper, and it doesn't take as long. So UK are trying to compete with that. I'm not sure when that's coming into place. It might already have, because I think it was a wee while ago I heard of that. but I'm not entirely sure. I think when it comes to planning a family, it's something that's quite personal. You've got to plan it with your partner, and whatever route is more appropriate for yourselves is the route you'll have to follow. Obviously there is many different choices, or I can't think of the word I'm trying to say, for us now. So it's not like you start transitioning, you take testosterone, you have operations, that's it, you'll never become a father, because you can. There's that many different, there's so many things available to yourselves now, which it's a massive relief. It's not like you think, right, am I going to sacrifice the rest of my life to be who I want to be? Because you don't have to anymore. As I said, I think it's very personal choice, and it's something that a lot of thought has to go into. What you want, what your partner wants, and I think that's about it. I can't really think of anything else to talk about on that subject. Like, I'd love to be a dad one day, but not just now. A few years, maybe about 5 years or something like that. Yeah, so I think that's it for this one. So cheers.